It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see the Bears' speedy running back. He should be a busy man out of the backfield. It's the Bears and the Packers. All that and more coming up next.
So much NFL history has come from within the walls of Soldier Field here in Chicago. And we're happy to return to it once again in its final chapters as an NFL stadium. All right, football fans, settle in because we got bragging rights on the line in this one. Kate Scott, Brock Huard here with you as we get set for a division rematch. Brock, one side seeking the sweep, and the other looking for some revenge after how that first showdown went.
What do they say about familiarity? Familiarity does what?
It breeds something, Brock. It breeds, contempt.
It breeds contempt. Yeah. These teams don't like each other. They can fake it. They can say all the right things in the papers. They don't want any bulletin board material. But the fact is, you know your division foes better than anyone.
Time for teams to start making moves towards the postseason. Here we go. It's Week 11. He fields it from the 8. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So the Packers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the Utah State product and former first-rounder back in 2020, Jordan Love.
There were times, I'll be honest with you, Kate, that I wish I played baseball. Because you have a bad outing, like this QB did last week with no touchdowns, a couple interceptions. In baseball, you get to play the next day. You get to flush it right away. He's had to sit on it all week long, and you know he wants to rectify it here.
This is ahead for about 5. Hit made by T.J. Edwards. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. From the 36. And that's knocked away. The linebacker got him in the middle of the field. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Love looking to pass. That finds Jacobs complete. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
The Packers send out their punting unit. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. Looking to return from the 29. And he's brought down before the return gets far. So here come the Bears as they get set for their debut series. And they're brought out by a player with immense expectations and promise in the league. He was picked 1st overall in 2024 out of USC, Caleb Williams.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the type of game that wins are typically built off of.
And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. Just couldn't find Romadunze there. So that brings up 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Javon Fuller bringing that play to an end. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Pass caught by Odunze. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Working inside the red zone. This throw is caught. And he takes this one down to the 10 before hitting that sideline. 2nd and 3 now.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Working from the gun, Williams. He's got it. Touchdown, Chicago. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Extra point is good by Santos. And the Bears will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Bears kicking team all ready to go, and they kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Packers taking the field now, their second series of the game coming up. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. And he'll get it up to the 44. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a Green Bay first down. A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Love. He beams one deep right side. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun now for Love. That throw behind his intended target.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Throwing his Love on 3rd. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And this one does not go far.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And it'll bounce out of bounds, and he could not have hit this much better. That's going to pin him at their own 5-yard line. Back out comes the Chicago offense for their second drive. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And, Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Williams from the gun. Escapes the pocket. He just kept going the wrong way, and that's going to cost him. That is a safety. And it wasn't a touchdown or a field goal, Brock, but hey, points are points, and their first points of the game come on that there safety.
You'll take them any way you can get them in this league, Kate, right? And if the defense has got to score and they've got to continue to score, that is just fine, because that is a breath of fresh air on that sideline and hopefully a bit of a kickstarter for their offense as well.
It's fielded at the 14. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Out now runs the Packer offense. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
That one finds Josh Downs. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. We're going to look here at the receiving numbers for him from last week. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Kicks the handoff, now Love. On target to Downs. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Give him 3 on that game. And it'll be first down, Packers. Love now. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Motioning the tight end now. Loves to throw again. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down. Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. And holding penalty is going to make first down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. Love from the gun. Completed over the middle. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bears territory. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Love out of the shotgun. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's taken down at the 30. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it'll be first down, Packers.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
First and 10 now from the 30. Still sticking with the passing game. Gets it to him on the screen. Juke the defender. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Man in motion here. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're going to bring him down after he drives it down to the 7. That's a 9-yard pickup, and it gives him a 3rd and 2. Love. He's on the move. And he will score. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers have a single-point lead in the first. Jordan Love, the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. Chicago getting set to take the field now. And their last drive reached the wrong end zone and equaled 2 points. So trying for the other end zone and 6 on this possession. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Jair Alexander with the stop. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
At the 28-yard line.
Now here's Williams. Dump off caught by his back. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Bears first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First down, Williams. throw finds Komet. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. That was Xavier McKinney that time with the tackle. Offense to the line for second down. These two NFC North teams have played one so far. We've got a close one here. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Bears football. They've got 2nd and 5. To throw is Williams. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
The coverage by Javon Bullard.
Williams to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
New set of downs for him from the 46. They'll run here on 1st down. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Edgerrin Cooper there to make the stop. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 44-yard line.
Another carry for him. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Finds his man. It's Demario Douglas. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he made a bid for it. It's a good gain that's stuffed down at the 3. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Flushed out of the pocket. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Trust. Kate, it is such a big part of playing the quarterback position. Yeah, you got to trust you can make the right reads in the passing game, but sometimes these little runs that just get that 1st down, it gains further equity, further trust with your play caller, and most importantly, gives you a 1st down for the offense. You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line.
And he gets in. Touchdown! The Bears take a 2nd quarter lead. That was a great response, Brock. After they got driven backwards on 1st down, they go right back to the ground and score just one play later.
Yeah, and I think if you and I were in the huddle down there after that 1st down loss, I think we would have felt a whole bunch of pride. Give me another shot, and boy, did they deliver.
Santos now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bears jump in front now by 5. The Bears kicking team all ready to go, and they kick this one away. He fields it from the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now here comes the Green Bay offense. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Complete out to the right. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Malik Hooker with the tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and that brings up 3rd and 9. Throwing Love. That's caught for the first. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Play fake, it's Love. That's caught at the 4. Touchdown, Green Bay. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
They'll try this extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers take a slim 2-point lead.
Bears 14.
The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Bears back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Receiver in motion, headed right. Look at this, the wideout gets it to start this drive. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Rashawn Gary with that tackle. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
At the 26-yard line.
Lone back gets the handoff. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a Chicago first down. Williams will look to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Now following that completion, we see a man shaken up. Officials calling for a pause as he gets looked at. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. To throw, Williams. Has him on the quick hitter. He's still going at the 30. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Now we've got some whistles as officials signal for a stoppage. Player injured on that last snap, it looks like. Yep, it's Cole Kmet who's in need of some attention. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. Throwing the out route complete. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Bears first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
The throw is caught. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
He brings it in. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal. They put a receiver in motion here left. Oh, surprise gift to the receiver near the goal line. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. The rookie from Florida in on that stop. Backed up to the 4-yard line now. It's 2nd and goal. Working from the gun, Williams. And that's going to be brought in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears take a second quarter lead. DJ Moore, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here. Running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. Some players, that's the world they thrive in. Finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast. Trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
The Bears kicking team all ready to go, and they kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And with each team coming off a touchdown and scoring well early on, we've got the makings of a barn burner here, Brock, if they can keep this up.
Yeah, and as a quarterback, as an offense, it doesn't mean you over-try, but you just know, hey, man, our defense having a hard time slowing them down, and we've got to step on that accelerator. Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Love from the gun. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Thrown on 1st down, Love. Catch made by Austin. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
And he'll get them enough for a 1st down. The Packers trying to hurry to the line. He's got Andrews. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Loves to throw again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was looking for Mark Andrews. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Love out of the shotgun. Has the connection to Ridley. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Love. This finds Austin complete. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
That throw doesn't lead to 6. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. The Packers sending out their special teamers. Field goal coming. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they can try for some points going into the break. Only 2 seconds left in the half, so on comes the field goal unit. It's a 38-yard look here. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. So at halftime, it's the Bears out in front in Chicago. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for? No need for halftime. We'll just keep it right here and get started with the 3rd quarter. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Bears and Caleb Williams running out for their next drive. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Williams from the gun. Go left side, cut by Douglas. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They got 24 yards on the play. And that's a Chicago first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Here's Williams. That throw finds Komet. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now.
At the 40-yard line.
Now Williams. Short pass brought in. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Breaks the tackle. Green grass ahead.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
So on 4th down, out is Cairo Santos for the Bears field goal. Ball on the right hash, 48 yards out. Carney's kick is good. And that grows the lead to 5.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
His return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Packers and Jordan Love set to take over again. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. They send the tight end in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Love. Finds his man Downs. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. First down throw. Here's Love. Gets this one to Andrews. And he's tackled for a short gain. Second down now, 7 to go. Throwing, Love. This one's caught. It's Andrews near the sideline. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Now a toss. This is Jacobs. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. They'll send out the punting unit. Torrey Taylor will kick this away. The Bears and this running back headed back out for a new series. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. First down, Williams. Able to get it to Moore. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
First down throw by Williams. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he crosses midfield before going out. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Bears first down. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Right side and into the hands of Douglas. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. Has it downfield, working the left. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Catch is made in close. And in for the Chicago touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Santos now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bears push the lead up to 12. The Bears kicking team all ready to go, and they kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. The Green Bay offense about to get started once more. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. They've got first down from the 31. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And this run is stopped after getting up past the 35. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5. From the 36. Pass caught by Ridley. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. That one gains 7. And it'll be first down, Packers. Love from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it sets up 2nd down. Love out of the shotgun. Hits him on the out route. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler to move the chains on those early downs.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Loves to throw again. Hauled in left side. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Hauled in by Downs. And they get this down to the 28. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. Shotgun now for Love. Brought in right side. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. It's a Green Bay touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Kicking team on to try the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Packers trim the deficit down to 5.
Packers 26.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. That's going to be taken in at the 8. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
3rd down. Here's Williams. Forced out to his right. Oh, he's going to run for it. So after the play, Trainer's headed out. A member of the Bears out there in some discomfort. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Rashawn Gary with that tackle.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
So we're through 3 here. It's Bears football to begin the 4th as they try to hang on to the lead in a close game. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Working from the gun, Williams. That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete. Roma Dunze, the intended receiver. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Chicago brings out the punting unit. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The Packers all set to get back out there. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. That one's complete right side. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Packers.
On the handoff, here's Jacobs. And he runs this up close to midfield at about the 48. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. From the 48. This finds Austin complete. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Thrown on first down, Love. That's incomplete left side. No luck finding his receiver that time. So it's 2nd down coming up. Love looking to pass. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Throwing, Love. Can't find anyone open. He's forced to throw it away.
So many coaches love 3rd downs and practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. He's got Andrews. And they take him down right along the 30. And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
The Bears offense now heads back out to the field. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. On first down, they'll run. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. That's good for 7 yards. And that's a Chicago first down.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
First down, Williams. That throw finds Komet. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Williams on the play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. He tucks it and takes off. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Fair catch called for and brought in at the 11. The Packers ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Drive starts with an option, right side. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. From the 17. Austin's there to haul it in. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Here's Love to throw. Gets this one to Andrews. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Running right, here's Jacobs. And that hit stops him in his tracks. Now we've got some whistles as a member of the Bears is shaken up and could use a look from the trainers here. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Andrews with the catch. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. After the flag, they've got 3rd and 9 to figure out. Trying to throw here out of the gun. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect, and now they're stuck facing 4th down. Looking for his wide receiver there. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. They bring on the punt team, and they get this kick away. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. Officially a 55-yard launch. And it's going to be Bears football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Williams from the gun. He finds Odunze running the slant. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Now here's Williams. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Back to the well again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you can be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears make it a 2-possession game here in the 4th. Demario Douglas with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game? Yep. Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. That one right down the middle. And the Bears push the lead up to 12. The Bears kicking team all ready to go, and they kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Packers ready to run their offense back out there. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Love out of the shotgun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. It's the 2-minute warning from Chicago. Packers down by 12. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
Desperation time here on 4th. On target to Downs. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. 1st down throw, here's Love. That finds Jacobs, complete. And this one doesn't go far. The Packers trying to hurry to the line. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Ahead of 4th down, official stepping in here, a timeout call. Looking to throw it. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's its 2nd. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Going to be a victory for the Bears as they drop to a knee here. Timeout taken by the Packers. Their 3rd and final one. Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
He'll go to a knee to close this one out, Brock, and it's only fitting that he's holding the ball in the end after the absolutely tremendous game that he had.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Bears come away with a win. And they take not just a victory, but some serious year-long bragging rights home with them after this one, as they finish off the sweep of their division rivals. So for my partner, Brock Huard, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Bears winners, as we say so long from Chicago.